Welcome to Positive Atheism English Channel. Today, in our program Positive Atheism, written by Sri Gora, an atheist, we are in the topic Atheistic Aesthetics, and now I am going to read you out from where I left in the last episode. Strangely, the relations of sex have evoked the most artistic expression among humans. The act of sex gratification is mingled with attempts to make the person and place, the mood and manner to appear beautiful. The raptures of sex have provided a variety of themes for song, poetry, dance, painting, and sculpture. The nobility of sacrifice and acts of heroism are associated with sex relationships. Early religion combined acts of sex with their ritual and revelry, partly due to the needs of procreation and partly in response to the aesthetic craving. But organized religion, which developed strong notions of otherworldliness, distorted life by despising sex along with all mundane desires. The austerities of religious discipline were severe on sex relations. Yet, human passions are too strong to be diverted into the unknown regions of the other world. The beautification of the places of worship and the pleasures of festivities have not proved adequate substitutes for sex impulse. Requirements of religious respectability created surreptitious means for gratification of sex. Though adultery, fornication, and homosexuality are denied social or religious sanction, they do have shady dealings in theistic societies. The influence of religious belief on sex relations was twofold. First, it organized family into rigid institution. Second, it imposed secrecy on sex relations. Family was already a unit of economic and social security. Religious belief added sanctity to family relations. It formalized marriage with religious ritual, laid down rules of inheritance, restricted the dissolution of marriage, and prohibited sexual relations outside marriage. Moreover, religious faith extolled the virtue of celibacy and looked upon a celibate with greater respect than upon a married person. So, orders of monks, nuns, friars, rabbis, mullahs, fakirs, sadhus, and sannyasins became integral part of religious organizations. Women's lot became harder by the imposition of religious restrictions on sex relations. A man can contract secret sex relations with impunity, but women's motherhood is an open witness of a sex act. Between the two parties to the same act, man goes free, while the woman has to bear the full responsibility of the situation. The unwed motherhood of Kunti and Mary could not be concealed by the outstanding achievements of Karma and Jesus. So, myth and miracle were woven round to justify their irregularity. Millions of women should be silently suffering the torture of cruel custom without religious protection. The difference between man and woman in the respect and the justification for polygamy are a sordid confession of man's selfishness. Several kings took pride in harems of concubines, while women were kept in parda, veiled from a stranger's gaze and preserved as private property. Atheistic aesthetics remedies the injustice done to women by discrimination between sexes. Woman is not an object of man's pleasures. She is as much entitled to satisfy her aesthetic pleasures and sex desires as a man. So, she can be liberated from the shame of unwed motherhood when family loyalties were revised and the surreptitiousness of sexual relations is removed. Secrecy is antisocial anywhere, and more so in the realm of sexual relations. The family has been a hoary institution which represented the beginning of social organization. On the one hand, it provided social and economic security to the members of the family, especially to those who are too young or too old to look after themselves and to the sick and the disabled. On the other, it provided for sexual pleasures through the alliances of marriage. Despite the advantages, family has been a tiny unit of social association, too small to meet the demands of an ever expanding civilization with its widening social contexts. So, what was a useful unit in early times has proved an impediment in course of time for the progress of human happiness. Two evils result from the outmoded institution of family in the modern age, namely sectarianism and suppression of women. The do's and don'ts that gathered around the family of traditions encouraged inbreeding to tighten the family ties. The conventions of endogamy preserved the purity of features and culture, but endogamy bred sectarianism too. The sectarian attitudes of caste, race, region, and of nationality are the result of inbreeding. The sectarian pride of purity of race caused wars and conflicts in the modern world. The disasters that accompanied the notions of Aryan Kultur under Nazi regime of the two-nation theory of Quadi Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah and of the policy of white man's superiority in South Africa, Asia, and Australia threatened to destroy civilization itself by plunging it into the bloodshed of war. And from here, I shall continue in the next episode again. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to our Positive Atheism English Channel presented by Samaram channel, which has 21 crore views. Please like, subscribe and share our videos, and for notification of our new videos, please click the bell icon.